So there's this actor, and he's getting on a bit, probably, kind of late 50s, hearing the waterfall, wondering what's going to happen. And, he hasn't had many gigs. In fact, he hasn't had any gigs for about 6 months, and he's getting a bit worried. He's got kids in college and a lot of responsibilities. And one day, he gets a call from his agent, whom he hasn't heard from for months. And his agent calls him up and says, hey, I think I've got a gig for you. And so the actor says, really? Wow, what is it? And his agent says, it's an absolutely supreme opportunity. There's this new play opening in London, West End, and it's going to be huge. They have got just so many people in this you wouldn't believe. Patrick Stewart, Vanessa Redgrave, just you name it, they're all there. And they need somebody for this really very poignant, scene-setting, pivotal role. And they called me. And so I thought immediately, hey, you're the guy. So here I am, calling you up. Now, I've got a couple of things about this. First of all, it's in 3 weeks' time, so not a lot of time to prepare. You've got to be there. And then secondly, you only have one line. But it's the first line of the play. It sets everything else in motion. And everything else is predicated and hinges on this one line. Yours. Are you up for it? Yes, absolutely, the actor says. I mean, absolutely. This is, prayer answered. So his agent said, okay, got to be for rehearsals tomorrow, 2 o'clock. So the actor puts down the phone. He's all just, his heart's a flutter, doesn't know what to do. Manages to get a few hours sleep. Next day, goes into London, turns up, rehearsal, 2 o'clock, meets the director. So the director says, yeah, I think you, your whole gestalt fits the part. You have the right physiognomy, the right face, plenty of character in your face. I like the look of it. So let's try out the line. Your agent did tell you, there's only one line. It's the first line of the play. It sets everything up. It's yes, he did tell me that. He did tell me that. What's the line? What's the line? So the director says, hark! Is that the sound of the noonday gun? Hark! Is that the sound of the noonday gun? You try it. So the actor, centers, breathes. He's taking his beta blockers. He's just one with the world. He's totally in a Zen plane. Hark! Is that the sound of the noonday gun? Good, the director says. Good, but less inquisitorial, more matter of fact. Hark! Is that the sound of the noonday gun? Ah, perfect. Magnificent. You got it. You got the job. Okay. So the actor goes home and he's just beside himself, He's going to be in this major West End play, Patrick Stewart, God, it's going to just turn around his whole career. He can just see himself, Gielgud, he's going to be there, Olivier, it's all going to be great. Goes home, tells his wife, she's excited, she doesn't know what to do. She tells the kids, she calls her parents, he calls his parents, everyone's just chomping at the bit, just frenetic in excitement. So each morning he gets up, gets in front of the mirror, and strikes a pose. And says, hark, is that the sound of the noonday gun? Ah, is that the sound of the noonday gun? Hark, is that the sound of the noonday gun? Hark, is that the sound of the noonday gun? Oh, mate, is that the sound of the noonday gun? He just tries everything. Accents, different body postures, hands, gesticulations, and then eventually he comes down to, hark, is that the sound of the noonday gun? That's it. Great. So, gets a call about 4 or 5 days after the interview saying, can you come in for a rehearsal? So the guy says, absolutely, when do you want me? So the guy says, tomorrow. All right. So he gets up, gets all dressed up, ready to go, phone call, director says, look, rehearsal's off, we're behind on all the other scenes, you've just got one line, you're so good, I'm totally confident you'll be able to handle it, don't worry, no rehearsal, just show up on the night. The guy says, but I just need to have some, no, he says, you don't need it, it's going to be great, you just simply got to walk on the stage, no one else will be on the stage, there's very few props, curtains come back and you just say your line, boom, you're off. Great. Okay, so opening night, and he's up, he's walking around, hark, is that the sound of the Noonday gun? Is that the sound of the Noonday gun? Oh, for God's sakes, is that the sound of the Noonday gun? Yes, so he's got 6 blocks of tickets right in the front of the stage. His wife, friends, family, everyone he went to college with, went to high school with, went to grade school with, everyone he's ever heard of, they're all going to be there. Curtain time, 7:30. 5 o'clock, leaves home, drives into central London, gets caught on the M25. It's an absolute nightmare. Traffic, backed up, he's just about to just die. Anyways, he makes it through, drives into London, gets onto Shaftesbury Avenue, pulls up to the stage door, jumps out of his car, sod it, who cares if it gets towed, runs up to the stage door and hammers on it. And the stage door manager opens the door and he says, "Look, I'm in the production. I've got the first line. You've got to let me in. So the stage manager says, "Well, who are you? What do you do?" And he says, "I've got the first line in the play. I've got the first line in the play." And the stage manager says, "Are you the man that says, 'Hark, is that the sound of the Noonday gun?'" He says, Yes, I'm that man." The stage manager says, "Quick, come on in. You're late." Gets him in, puts him into makeup. The director of makeup comes in. She looks at him and she says, "Oh my God. All right. So, who are you again? Are you the guy that comes on first and says, 'Hark, is that something?'" Yes, that's me, quick. So she puts this sort of makeup on him and dusts him over and looks like he's been in the desert, and she puts 5 o'clock shadow on and bags under his eyes and lines and just everything. And she says, "Okay, that looks good. Quick, get into costumes." Go in the costume department. The director of costumes comes in and looks at him and says, "Oh, are you the man that says, 'Hark, is that the sound of the......' You're the first guy?" "Yes, I'm that man. It's moi. C'est moi. I am him. I am Hark. Is that the... Yes, that's me. Quick." So pulls his stuff off and gives him this sort of vaguely military uniform, khaki and epaulets. So it's all dusty and torn with a blood stain and sweat rimmed, and he throws a bucket of water over it, and he's just, "Okay, you look good. Let's go." So gets on back to the stage manager. He says, "You are that man, right?" "Yes, I am the fucking man that says, 'Hark, is that sound of the nigger?' It's me. And he's just sort of, okay, so it's a minute to curtain time. So they go into the wings. And the stage, he looks out onto the stage for the first time. He sees this fort painted on the backdrop. And there's like sand on the floor, and there's a palm tree in the corner. Bright lights coming down. It's just like Africa, Northeast Africa, whatever. And the stage manager's looking out through the little hole, and he says, "It's a full house. It's totally packed. People are just riveted. There's just incredible anticipation and excitement. It's going to be great. Are you ready? You know your line. You know who you are." "Yes, I am the man. I have got it. I'm just all over it. I'm ready." So, boom, house lights go down. Boom, stage lights go down. It's black. There's a little red light on the other side, cueing him to walk across. The stage manager goes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. He climbs up the stairs. And as he climbs up, curtains open, the lights come up. It feels like the Sahara sun beating down on him. And he goes in the middle of the stage. And he lifts his hand. And all of a sudden there's this almighty BANG! And the guy goes, "What the fuck was that?"